Okay, in our last episode, we discussed setting up your layouts to get everything ready to go. We showed off, the basics of loading something in and taking care of things and doing everything that you need to do for this to get a layout going. And I set this up in basically showing you like what I did for my FFR two-player stream. Gave different examples, but this is the basics of it. So you can see everything I have here. This is my standard setup. I've got Winamp, I've got Discord audio, which we're going to go over in a bit. We've got streaming game audio. Again, we're going to cover audio in a bit. Our different bridge scenes. I also have Final Fantasy Mystic Quest bridge, basically bridge scenes, quote unquote, end scenes that I use if I'm restreaming a Mystic Quest race, because some of the same players in Final Fantasy Randomizer are over in the Mystic Quest Randomizer. So I just have extras of these just in case. A couple of one-player setups, a couple two-player setups. This is for if there might be like a video on screen that you're doing, like a little video of their webcam. So a webcam shot, a regular shot, a webcam shot, a regular shot. I have a technical issues image that I use in case someone's screen dies and we have to fix that. The two layouts I use here, and this is the important one that I want to point out, because this didn't work the last time, but now I can show it off because it's here. Yay! We have the layout, and then we have a layout with a loading screen. So... And of course, now this doesn't want to load. Look at that. You just gotta love OBS. Anyway, that's not important to us. But regular layout, which you can just imagine because you saw it the last time, the actual Final Fantasy layout there. And then the loading screen version, there we go. My OBS is stupid sometimes. And then for the rare chance that I have duckling flags that I have to load in or some other preview of flags that are going to be running, I use a browser capture of just the flags. And this just goes to another... like whatever browser window you have, and then you can just, it's cropped down and set within the middle. So if you have to show the website, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, with flags loaded and go over things, you can. This is something I'm actually going to export out, and then Chanigan is going to load in for part 3 of this whole excursion. Just want to go over everything that I do for my setup so you can see. But today's video is specifically about the audio. The last time I tried to load this in and I was dumb and didn't see the option I was supposed to be using because it was new. I'm in a new version of this whole thing. But now I know where it is. I actually have it set up for my 2-player stream, and I'm going to share that out to people in a little bit. Before we do this, though, let's go over how it is. Now, you need to be in a version of OBS that actually has these audio channels in them. I'm on 2.9.0.0 64-bit. You want to be at least at 2.9, I believe, to actually have this work. If you're past that, great. These will still be in there. They might not be marked as beta, because these are actually marked as beta right now. But they work, and they're great, and I suggest using them. So what you're going to do, if you want to set up something, you'll notice I have Discord audio. This is pointed, properties. This is pointed to Discord, and I actually have it set to broadcast booth. And now, note something important. I have says match title, otherwise find window of same executable. This works. Most of the time it finds the audio you're looking for. Occasionally I've run into a situation where I'm in a different broadcast booth on the Final Fantasy channels on Discord, or I'll have a different streaming game going that's from the same VLC that I'm using, but this doesn't notice it. So you'll want to make sure when you're doing anything that you see, like you can see here with my microphone, which is muted right now, on this version of OBS, not on the actual recording, of course. That like you can see I'm actually like making things and talking and blah blah blah, and it works just fine. So you'll want to make sure that when you have your Discord audio set, and I suggest having a stream of audio channel just for Discord audio, that it's set to your window and then it's actually moving so that you can tell that when you're in the broadcast booth with the people, you can hear them and their audio is coming over. Bear in mind, your microphone audio is not going to come over on this one. This is why you have a mic aux audio here for yourself, so that if you're talking and you want to show up on stream, that's where it is right there. Next, stream game audio. This is what's going to come in for my setup from the Streamlink. Ignore that. I don't ever update it unless I have to. Coming in from Streamlink and from one of the selected players that we're using. So, Dangwoo is playing. We're just going to use Dangwoo as an example. Hopefully he has clean audio. I'm sure he does. He usually does. It's fine. It's just fine. So we're bringing in Dangwoo. He does not have clean audio. But right now, you guys can't hear it because I have his audio muted on the actual recording thing I'm doing. That's fine. The only point to do it is to show right here. You can see it's actually moving. That means his audio is actually functioning properly. Perfection. That's all we care about is to right now to see that the stream audio picked up the one we wanted. Bear in mind when you get a second window open, this is probably going to stay on the first window, not redirect to the second because it already has a window assigned. If you then decide to switch from one audio to the other, you're going to have to reassign the stream audio under properties to go to the correct window that it actually found. You see right now it's on Herbie B, even though I have Dangwoo's audio coming in. That's because it went from Herbie B, who I streamed last time, found Dangwoo, decided to use Dangwoo. Dangwoo is now our source. I switched over to Dangwoo because why not? Dangwoo is our source. If we switch to someone else and get rid of Dangwoo, we have to make sure we assign the properties, unless we see this audio streaming in properly. Perfect. I'm going to close Dangwoo out so I don't have to listen to him now. Heart Dangwoo. And finally, I have Winamp here, and this is just specifically for game audio. The reason I have a Winamp stream is Winamp is really light in memory. It doesn't take up a lot of space in my RAM, and my computer runs like a potato when I start restreaming people. So I have Winamp up in the corner usually here, and it's just light and easy on the memory, and it has the playlist of Greg Lee's Twinstrumental audio for Final Fantasy, the soundtrack that Twinstrumental did that Greg Lee was a part of. They gave me a copy for use on Restream. I recommend going and buying your own copy. I will do that as well. I just remembered I hadn't done that. I'm going to go do that. But make sure you buy your own copy because support the band. And in the process, I'll have that up. I'll play that audio while everything... So it's like, I'll play it here. You know what? Let's just pull it up. So again, I can show an example. My computer not paying attention to the keystrokes I was doing. Winamp. Hello. Ignore that. It always pops up in error. It doesn't matter. Winamp, right there. So then I'll press play, and it'll show. And when it's time for me to actually switch from that audio, this will show up over the loading screen. So this is kind of your setup. This is playing in the background while things are going on. When it's time to actually switch out, I'll pull the audio down so it gets muted. Do a nice slow fade, mute that. Stop the play on my Winamp because I don't need that anymore. And then I'll pick whatever it was. So we had Dangwoo up. Dangwoo would be playing in the background now. I'd press make sure that he was unmuted on his window. Pull him up slowly until I got the audio about where I want it. Usually up there because I'm controlling the audio on his video play. And then that will play in. And then at that point, once the audio is switched over and we hear their game audio going, pull down the loading screen to what's supposed to be the full layout, which isn't loading because my OBS hates me. And then you're ready to let the people know in the broadcast booth. You can count them down, blah, blah, blah. We covered that last time. You're good to go. Okay. That is the audio. So now you just want to make sure that you add, here's where we do it. You add here an audio, application audio capture beta. That was the one I was talking about. I tried to do one of these two. They didn't work because I'm dumb. So application audio capture. So you're going to add, create new. Because we're doing this, we're just doing temp audio. Just, hello. My keyboard is not recognizing. Okay, well, I'd say temp audio, but it's not working right now. Anyway, do this. We'll just point it to Winamp right now. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Application audio capture. Press play. Hello. Capture it. Well, it's loading there. Why aren't you detecting here? Well, this is saying paused. Go to that one. Not working. Give me a sec. I'll find it. Let's go load up Dangwoo again, because that would work. Restart. I think it's bitching because I had Winamp going or something. I don't know. Whatever. Point this. Point it. Try it again. Point this. Properties. Switch this over to Dangwoo. Okay. No. Well, you get what I'm trying to do. It's just OBS fighting me. Anyway, that's the setup that you do. You'll name it, you'll point it, you'll set it to the right thing. You'll actually have it working in the background, which is just this thing being stupid. Just ignore it. It's fine. It's in theory. This is beta. It'll work for you. It's just fighting me right now. And that's your setup. You're good to go. At that point, everything is set up. Everything is streaming in. You're set to roll. Now, let me just go delete this because this is not doing anything for me. Thank you. Bye. Okay. So from here, I am going to now export out some layouts for people to use that I have, and we're good to go. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys got the audio setup details you need for this to actually make this work. better than my demo was doing. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, guys.